How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog, and today I'll be discussing the balance changes for Sonya and Kano. And while Sonya received more changes overall, I think Kano's buffs were more beneficial. So without any further ado, let's break down these changes step by step. And first up, we have Sonya. Now, I actually like Sonya. I didn't like her when the game first came out because she was way too good. Like, we're talking guaranteed top 3, and it wasn't even an argument. But then she got a few nerfs, and I think it made her a bit more fair. And of course, she also has awesome combos, and you know that I love me some long combos. So I think I'm warming up to Sonya, so let's check out these changes. First up, we have the counter attack. So the final hit has had an increased hit region. So hopefully that means that it just no longer misses when it shouldn't. It is a mid attack, so it should hit opponents who are crouching, even if they are neutral crouching. And hopefully also it hits a bit in front of her as well. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know this string existed. I pretty much never used it. It's not the best way to end combos, but look at that, it's some flat damage, so that's really nice. In summary, the final hit of this string should no longer miss as long as the previous hits connect. So that's a very nice change to have. And then we have her hellish hook. This move has 5 more frames of block stun and more pushback. So what's it like? Ooh, -4, so it's completely safe. Now, I don't play Sonya that much. I don't recall ever using this string very often. I was always going for this, and from this you had the low mix-up or you had the overhead launcher, which led to a lot of amazing damage. So I didn't really use hellish hook that much, but now it might be a bit more useful because it's -4 and has more pushback. Now, honestly, the opponent's still right in front of your face, so I can't imagine how little pushback it had before, but the pushback has been increased, so better on block and a bit more pushback to keep you that much more safe. But now we have perhaps the most depressing thing on this list. The boot camp attack is her armor breaking move. Now this thing by default is pretty much useless, so I think NetherRealm wanted to give it a purpose by making it the armor breaking move. Here's the problem, it only does 100 damage. So if the opponent goes for a breakaway and I stop them, look at that damage, 275. Now if I just do a regular uppercut, like you normally would have done, I'm getting more damage. And that was immediately after a crushing blow. So just imagine a combo is happening, and you go for this, you're getting 188. Whereas here, you're getting 192. You're always getting more damage from the uppercut than you would from this brand new move that is meant to break armor. So this move was pretty much useless before, and now it's still useless because the damage is so low. Making this move into the armor break attack hasn't made this attack any more useful, and sadly enough will also make it one of the worst crushing blows in the entire game. I've seen in the comments a lot of you want a list of the best and worst armor breaking moves. I'm gonna tell you right now, this move is up there as one of the worst. Because even though it does break armor, it does very low damage, lower than the actual uppercut itself, and even worse is the pushback. So unless you have the opponent cornered, look how far away they are. You have to dash forward, and even then, you're only at +30. That's not that great. Whereas if you just go for a regular uppercut, you're right in the opponent's face, so you can still go for pressure, you can go for throws, mids, mix-ups, all that good stuff. The opponent has to deal with you, unlike with the boot camp. So not only is its damage lower, but the positioning is also worse, and honestly the frame advantage is too. And next up, we have air control. So this move now has a different hit region, which should mean it's harder for the opponent to hit me. Now the issue is Sonya does travel upwards, so she is vulnerable until she reaches the opponent, so it's not the best anti-air, but if you do get a counter hit, then you get the combo extender and a bit more damage as well. So making this move have a slightly better hurt box is a very good decision, even though this move still isn't the best for interrupting the opponent's jump in. It does lead to fun combos and a lot of damage afterwards. So with that in mind, having a slightly smaller hurt box for Sonya is a very nice thing to have. And next up we have the air ops drop. So this move has 13 less recovery frames when it misses, but as you can see, it takes me a very long time to block or jump after missing this move, so the recovery is quite a lot, but it has been reduced a little bit, which is nice. But make no mistake, if you miss this move, you're left wide open for a combo punish. And next up, pretty much all of these changes have to do with her variation 3, which I think is smart because this variation has a lot of potential, but it's not very popular due to how slow a lot of the moves are, so let's see if they fix that. So first up we have Tantrum, which starts up in 27 frames instead of 32 and has 3 less recovery frames on hit, which should give it some frame advantage. So let's summon our pet cat and then land this move. Rawr, 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 rawr. So it starts up faster and you're at +18. That's some really good frame advantage, and this move can be fun for ending combos and other things of that sort. So I like this change. The problem is the summon itself is still very slow, and I don't think they changed that. And if they had, it would have made this variation a lot better, but let's keep looking down these changes. So next up we have straight 50 cal, which starts up in 24 frames and has 9 less recovery frames. So once again, better on hit and starts up a bit faster. Boom. I like that. Boom. And look at that, we're +29. That's crazy. So does that mean it's easier to combo after? Let's just try like a standing 1 or something. No, the game doesn't seem to allow it, which is a shame because there are some moves that can allow for follow-ups, but even though this move is technically plus 18 on hit, you can't actually combo after it. But even so, this attack still does start up faster, so it's going to be a lot better for countering keep away, and it has better hit advantage, which means you can close the gap, dash in, all that good stuff, or even just fire a second shot to keep pestering the opponent. And next up we have the Mortar Strike. This move was my personal favorite in this variation, so it now has 3 less recovery frames. I wonder if they mean for Sonya or just for the robot. Okay, so now it's plus 42, so this was already the best way to extend combos. If you landed this, you were pretty much guaranteed some follow-ups, even from a distance, I think. So you could do something like this, and dash forward and still get a combo. Yep, that's still there, and that was so much fun. You could also end combos with it, like you could knock the opponent down and then go for this, and when they stood back up, you'd catch them for a full combo there also. So this move was already good, and now it's just slightly better with 3 less recovery frames. And then last but not least, we have the detonation. So it starts up in 14 frames instead of 18, and has 9 less recovery frames, so it blows up faster, and you can actually combo after the detonation in the corner, which means the combos should be even easier. My bad. The detonation is actually down 4. So if it blows up, you can actually get combos off that in the corner. I don't think it's possible from mid-screen, but from the corner you could do some pretty fun stuff. Now I forgot what they were, but they were definitely possible. You do stuff like that and then they would fall on it. It was really cool. Maybe this would be better. Yeah, I think it was stuff like that. You would summon them, detonate, and then do stuff like this. You could still combo off of it. It was really sick. I'm pretty rusty, but it was possible, and it did some really good damage. So now these corner combos should be that much easier because it blows up faster, and you can recover sooner after it explodes, which means the combos should be a bit easier to perform. Now, unfortunately, I don't think NetherRealm understood what the issue was with Variation 3. The problem wasn't how slow the attacks were, the problem was how slow the summoning was. It takes a full second of gameplay for it to come down, and nothing Sonya does knocks the opponent far enough away to make that summoning possible, at least not while remaining on the offensive. So if you have the corner, you can pretty much never summon the cat, and that kind of sucks because the corner is where the cat is the strongest. At minimum, you have to block whatever the opponent does, and at worst, they get a full combo punish on you. It just takes that long to summon. So even though it was very nice for NetherRealm to make a lot of these attacks much faster, it doesn't address the actual issue, which is that it takes too long to get down here in the first place. It certainly needs to be a lot faster. Either that or give Sonya some ways to cancel into this move. So, yes, it was this string right here, 4-2-1-4. That's a string that I think should be special cancelable. If you could cancel that final hit into the cat summon, that would be perfect because you're at plus 29 and the opponent is knocked super far away. So you could summon the cat and then be on the offensive, but honestly, I'd say just make it a lot faster. Make it like 40 frames or even 30, why not? And next up we have Kano, though unfortunately every single change has to do with this one move, Blade of Aid. So for starters, the opponent's victim region has been adjusted during the hit reaction of the move. So let's see how it looks now when I hit them. Okay, so they're right there. I guess they're a bit closer. So I can now combo into stuff like that because their hit reaction has been adjusted. So that's nice. It's just going to be a bit easier to confirm off this thing. And it's especially strong in Variation 3 because you have the eye laser, which is a mid. So they either have to block it or they just have to get hit by it. It's honestly really good on block or hit. So it's already a strong move, but now the reaction on hit has been changed. Oh, but this next change is actually much nicer. So now the cancel happens 5 frames earlier, which could be why stuff like this is actually possible, because you can cancel 5 frames sooner. So it's going to be that much better for starting and extending combos. Awesome. And then it also recovers 5 frames faster if you miss, which is also good. Okay, Devore block for me. So it's only -6, and there's all that retreat, so I don't think anyone's going to be pressuring you after you block this move, unless you're in the corner and then you do it, but otherwise it's already really good. But now on miss, it's also recovering faster, so that's very good. So in summary, this move is that much better in the neutral, because even if you miss, you're still safer than you were before. And then last but not least, this move breaks armor as well. I was kind of hoping it was this move when I read the patch notes, but I guess I misread it and it is actually this move. Let's double check. Yeah, that's the armor breaking one. Okay, let's have the AI do a breakaway and see if this move's even useful as an armor break. What's it do? Oh man, he scoots back, so you have to dash forward if you want it to land. Oh, it restands. Okay, that's kind of sick. So not the best hitbox, and the range is very poor, but it restands the opponent and it already special cancels. Okay, so this could actually be a really good armor break. So, can I even catch him in situations like that, though? No, I can't. So some situations where I launch the opponent, I can't even use it. and I don't have this follow-up outside of Variation 1. Let's go into Variation 1 and see if I can do some different combos with this thing. So one of Kano's go-to combo starters has always been this. So can I combo into it from there? It sure looks like it. Oh yes, you can. In fact, they're delivered right to you. You just gotta time it better. Oh yeah, but there we stood. That's perfect. And the knife toss is still that, and I think the Kano Ball is actually even better as far as damage. It doesn't do much damage on its own, but you can easily reset the opponent into standing, and what's it like if you catch them, by the way? What's it like on hit? Even if you don't combo after it, it's still +7. That's going to be really good if you have the opponent cornered and they go for it, because then boom, you're at +7. That's really nice, so it cancels into a bunch of stuff. It's kind of like Noob Saibot's, only it cancels no matter what. It doesn't even need the armor break. I'd say this armor break definitely has potential, especially when it comes to combos depending on the variation. Now it doesn't work in every situation, unfortunately. Stuff like this, there's no way you're going to get it in time, but there are cool situations like after a crushing blow, or even after this combo extender right here, you can definitely get it and then extend your combo. So it has potential, and I think it's very interesting as an armor break. The only issue is its range. In certain situations, you're going to have to dash forward to do this thing, and also, you're going to want to react to the opponent's armor break, because if you do it too soon, it's going to miss completely, as it doesn't hit very high above Kano, so you really do have to time this thing correctly. But outside of that, it's going to be great for combos and resetting, all that fun stuff. And that's sadly it for Kano, just a bunch of changes to his back one, though to be fair, Kano was already a very strong character. I already love playing this guy, so I'm happy with where he was, and I think if NetherRealm gave him too many buffs, he would have been definitely top 5, which again, everybody wants their main to be top 5, and I wouldn't have cared if Kano was that good, but I'm just saying I don't think he really needed any buffs. I think he was already very strong as he was. I definitely still wish Sonya's Variation 3 had been buffed in the correct way, but maybe we'll see it a bit more online or at tournaments as well. But please let me know your thoughts on these changes in the comment section down below. And then while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And finally, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.